Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Wish you all welcome and thank you for being here. I won't take much of your time, but I've got 2 or 3 minutes worth of necessary administrative things to go through. And then the real entertainment can begin, hopefully no more than a couple of minutes late. So, first of all, fire exits and emergency procedures. The fire exits are well signed. If there is an emergency, which will be signalled by a bell, please walk out through the exits, climb the nearest staircase to street level, and assemble out the front of the building, in front of the entrance you first came in. In case of any kind of medical emergency, you can get first aid from reception. If it really does look like an emergency, a heart attack or anything like this, and I'll try not to have one, dial 999 or from a mobile phone 112, or contact any ARM person who will provide indirect assistance to you. Some words of thanks, firstly to ARM for sponsoring and organising this event, and to many of my colleagues without whose enthusiasm nothing would have happened. My role in this has been very minor, but their role has been quite significant. And thanks also to the ARM TV crew for recording the event, and I think the intention is that the record will appear on the LLVM website. Is that right, Renato? Good. I have to thank Apple, and especially Chris and Tanya Latner for encouragement, also Qualcomm, who were very supportive, and to all of you for being here, determined to make the event succeed. So, a question that might be on everybody's minds is, why is ARM interested in LLVM? Well, principally we're interested because our customers are interested. And I see many factors driving this interest, and in no particular order, they include OpenCL, code generation for DSP cores, where really the only alternative is Cozy from ACE in Amsterdam. It's a modern code base. It's much easier to work with than GCC. Everybody tells me. I haven't tried it for myself yet. And it has a non-toxic license, which all us commercial types like. And the absence of any legacy commitments at the moment make the community less obstructive than the GCC community has to be. I don't blame the GCC community for that. It follows from being a platform compiler for Linux. And of course there's JIT code generation, which is the flavor of the day. There are of course some weaknesses in the LLVM world. The community is very diverse, and that's both a strength and a weakness, because not too many people stretched over many diverse interests reduces the amount of effort that can go into any particular area compared with a community like GCC. LLVM is really, as I understand it today, not very well suited to lightweight JIT. It's more ahead of time. That will probably improve and evolve over time, and I hope with some of your efforts that might happen quite quickly. And perhaps there's not enough community around LLVM ARM backend particularly. And that's a shame, because ARM and x86 are probably the most important two target architectures by a country mile today. And this event is the first attempt at building community both around LLVM and around LLVM for ARM. So what next? Well, actually, we plan a proper one-day conference in Europe as an annual event in late March or early April, 6 months out of phase with the US event. Tentatively, we plan the 2012 event to be held in a Cambridge college, either the week before Easter or the week after. So that would be tentatively Tuesday the 3rd of April or Friday the 13th, with arrival and conference dinner the evening before, overnight accommodation and breakfast in college if you want it, and a full day conference for the day of it. And the goal is to create a broadly sponsored, independent, self-supporting conference by about 2014. And I believe ARM and Qualcomm will coordinate the 2012 event. And we need you to participate with enthusiasm and to encourage your employers to pledge sponsorship for this, if not in 2012, then in 2013 and 14 and onwards, so that this can really take off and be a vibrant European complement to what goes on in the US. How can you help EuroLLVM 2012 to succeed? Well, first and foremost, you can fill in the questionnaire you've all got. That feedback will really help us. Hand it to any ARM person before you leave, or to Summer, who's at the back of the room now and has been manning reception. Secondly, make your preferences clear to any of the organisers or any ARM person before you leave. Come and talk to us. Tell us what you want from an event. And for example, if you'd prefer a Saturday conference or a Sunday night arrival and a Monday conference, let us know. We've presumed that would not be a good idea because transport often works less well at the weekends. But if that's not a concern, then maybe an option like that would be good. So please tell us in the tea breaks, in the side sessions. And that's it. Thank you for listening.